ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono
like a boss.
Tenda wema pewa tako, kwangu ni clean so butafagia kwako. Ni kuje ndogo jutakula kushoto, usitake kuona na my dirty vibe.
TikTok unapenda tikitopa. Hey, you you guys like that intro? That's a nice intro, man. Welcome back. I said welcome back. Welcome back to Tur Life Vlogging with Kush Konnect. And so we are headed to Seattle, Washington for 48 hours. We started off in Omaha, Council Bluffs, ended up in Sioux Falls. Our route took us. Are you ready for this? Yes, we drove, by the way. We didn't fly. Imagine. So you're probably wondering, Ochanda, Omera, how long did it take you to drive from Omaha to Seattle, Washington? 25 hours if you don't stop. If you do not stop at all, it'll take you 25 hours. 25 nonstop hours. We had to stop. We stopped multiple times. What you talking about? You know, we don't have one of those cars that don't take gas or electric. No. Even electric cars, you have to stop. So we stopped at a few places. One of the places that we stopped at was Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I heard nowadays it's called Shoot Falls or Switch Falls. Huh? If you know, you know. But made the stop up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Got some gas. After that, continued our trip, went to the other side of the state of South Dakota to Rapid City / Keystone. So most people think that, once you reach the Black Hills, you'll see Mount Rushmore. No, you got to get into a place called Keystone. Keystone is its own town. It's like they try to preserve a lot of the historic qualities and characteristics about what it was like during like that time of the gold rush. Yeah, people think only the gold rush was in the West Coast. No, in South Dakota too. So this is Keystone. Keystone, where you guys are about to watch. Let's take a watch right now. Let's sit back and let's watch. Look at that. Look at that. For those that don't know, I've been waiting. I grew up in SD. I've been waiting to see this monument because I had read about it. You know, growing up in SD, Sioux Falls, you read about this all the time, about how much preparation it takes, how much time, how many engineers, how many workers had to do this job. I can't remember how many years it took, but nonetheless, this is pretty awesome. It's something that, Africans can take a page out of their book. A lot of African countries got their independence in the 60s and 70s. So, there hasn't been a lot of time to collect 4 or 5 different presidents that you want on your mountain. But once you guys do, back in Africa and even the Caribbean, please do something like this. You don't have to necessarily do the same thing, but, something. So I always like seeing monuments, and this is one that I had grown up learning about. So when you are leaving, they have a gift shop and they have an ice cream shop. Are you, Omera? Did you hear that? They have an ice cream shop, Omera. You can get ice cream. And then also right here, this is Gutzon Borgum. I believe he is the father of the guy that built or constructed or sculpted that Mount Rushmore. This is Billings, Montana. Brio was sleeping during this time, so this is when I listened to good R&B. How did we do the driving? Well, basically me and Brio, that's DJ Brio, my bad. I need to give him all the goddamn respect that he deserves. Me and DJ Brio, what we did was we said to ourselves, we're going to go until each one is tired, and then you can take your sleep while the other person drives. So it'd usually be about 3-4 hours we would make that switch. And especially at night, I'd say we went from Omaha to somewhere. Okay, this is Billings, Montana. So we got to Billings, Montana around 1 a.m. And that's when I stopped in a rest area and we both just slept. And then Brio woke up again, I think maybe around 5 a.m. and then continued this drive. So yes. So imagine from, and we left Omaha around 1 p.m. So we both drove together 12 hours. So maybe 7 hours he did, and 5 hours is what I did. But nonetheless, that's a lot of driving. We continued on the rest of the trip. This is somewhere in Montana. One thing that I had known is that the Rocky Mountains starts in Canada and then continues in the United States, in these states of Montana, Idaho, Seattle. This is a rest area in Idaho. Not Idaho, but Idaho. Y'all like that? This this rest area, before you got to this specific one, if you guys know exactly where this is, please mention in the comments below. But this one said that there was free coffee. I didn't see any free coffee. And finally, we made it to Seattle, Washington. Woo-hoo! Do you guys understand how exhausted we were? Brio and I were very, very, very exhausted. Oh my God. So right there was, I believe, where the Seahawks played, the Lumen Field Stadium. I could be wrong. They have both the football and the baseball stadium next to each other. So the Seattle Mariners and then the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know which one would be which, and I could have done my research before this video, but do I care? I don't care. I was just happy to be there. Man, it was awesome. This is where our hotel was in Federal Way. So it goes from north to south. It's Seattle, Federal Way, and then Tacoma. And then Federal Way is also right next to Kent.
Right.
This is our hotel. Yes, Omera. This is our hotel.
All right. Hey.
This is our hotel. Hey. Double bed. Hey. La Quinta. As you can hear, I'm happy because driving 27 hours.
Bathroom, yo.
It's a long time. Yeah, our trip, because of all the stops that we had.
It's your boy Banks.
It's your boy Banks. And so it made it about 27, almost 28 hours. We was on the road for it. Just imagine, in a car. And Brio, because he wanted to get some sleep early. Well, I mean, it was a long trip. But me, I needed my hookah. I gotta get my hookah. So I had called up a friend. She told me, "Yo, go ahead and go check out this hookah lounge in Kent." And so why I said a hookah lounge, they have so maybe during the day it's called this billiards place because you can see they have pool tables, but at night it's called something else because on Google Maps it's called something else. So I didn't put the name. Please, if you're watching this video and you frequent this place, just type in the comments so I can put the correct name because I didn't know what to call this. Because on Google Maps it's one thing in the daytime and then at night it's another thing in the nighttime. But during the daytime, this is what it is. Black Owl. But at night, it's a hookah lounge. And that's it. Yo, I appreciate you. If you are interested, just know that part 2, that's right, because it's 24 hours. It was 48 hours in Seattle. So let's watch the next video. Go ahead and click on the next video and watch part 2 of 48 hours in Seattle, Washington. You get to see more landmarks and everything else in between. Until then, peace.